What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of QT with a Pod. Hello, all my beautiful friends. Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of my podcast. I'm coming back with another Things Tik-Tok Taught Me. And the feedback I got from the last one, of course, was great. I did receive questions about like the TikTok links. So this time I will include the links to the TikTok in the description, the show notes. So feel free to go there, click, and go look at these TikToks directly. Again, if this is your first time tuning into the Things TikTok Taught Me series, mini-sode series, it is essentially where I take my passion for scrolling through TikTok and repurpose it for the good in the world. So I tell you the things I learned because again, I learned some really good things on there, and I just go through 3 TikToks and talk about what the TikTok talked about. And kind of how I feel about it. Of course, all of these TikToks I should find a TikTok that I don't agree with. And I am also 100% sure you hear my child in the background squeaking his toy, but we like to keep it hashtag real, hashtag relatable here. I won't be editing him out. Okay, let's get into this. So, thing number one I learned. So there are 5 different types of compatibility that you should look for when you are expressing interest. When you meet a new partner, but when you're meeting a new partner, talking to someone, developing feelings, a relationship, there are 5 different types of compatibility tests that they should pass. So 1, physical chemistry, which is obvious. Do I like the way you look? Am I physically attracted to you? Do you turn me on? 2 is emotional capacity. I thought this one was really interesting because I never thought about it. So basically, think about you at your highest moment, like when you're super excited, and think of you at your lowest moment, like how you get when you're sad. You want someone that can understand where you are at your highs and your lows and not judge you for that. So if you are a person that just goes into this depression mode and you just don't want to talk to anybody and you just curl up and you don't take showers for days at end, you want to be with someone that respects that and understands that feeling and won't judge you for it. So that's emotional capacity. 2 is intellectual compatibility. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you guys know the same things, but you guys are similar. You have interests that are similar so that your conversations will eventually overlap. So if someone is talking about cars and you know nothing about cars, you know a little bit about cars, but you know about horses, you guys will find some type of intersection on those things. They are both modes of travel, and yeah. So intellectual compatibility. The fourth, is that the fourth? Yeah, fourth is lifestyle compatibility. Which, do you guys party the same amount? Do you work out the same amount? Eating habits, just simple routines. So this is very important. I dated a night owl before, and it was horrible. I like to wake up early in the morning and get a lot of stuff done early in the morning before I go to work. And this person who I was dating loved to sleep in because they didn't have to report to work until like 11. And then they would be up at night cooking, and it was just too much. Okay, so there were lifestyle incompatibilities. So that is the fourth. And then the fifth is this person professionally? Well, you both. Are you both professionally and creatively inspiring to one another? If someone inspires you, then you clearly will grow. Growth is always good in relationships. Sometimes too much growth can be bad. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you are both growing at the same rate, then it couldn't be horrible because you are both evolving together and it's beautiful. So yeah, those are the 5 types of compatibility that you need to consider. All right. Next is a thought. So this was a TikTok where someone just said they just realized that when we were kids, we were watching our parents grow up, and This one hit me because my mom had me when she was 28, and I'm 28 now. And I'm just like, whoa, what if I carried a baby right now and had it? And at this point, she had already had my sister. So at my age, my mom was already a mother to a child and had another child. Like, clearly, she was still growing up because I feel like I'm grown, but I'm still growing up, of course. So my sister really saw my mom grow up, really. We watched them go through their 20s. Like, what? Think about, if you don't have kids right now, think about what you do in your 20s. Your parents had kids. So this isn't that mind blowing, but it was just, think about it. Like, if not, this, just think about how old were your parents when they had you, and what you are doing at that age, or what you hope to be doing by that age. Just to think, like, just perspective. And then the final thing TikTok taught me. This one, I was all in the comments because I was like, what? So, this girl that said that sex drive is a lie. Okay, so sex is actually an incentive motivation system, which means that there are external motivators, aka another person's body that turns you on, and you want to do it because you want to achieve that goal at the end, right? And referring to sex drive as a drive is dangerous because it's implying that we need sex to maintain a healthy baseline. So things that are a drive are basically like breathing, eating, drinking water, staying warm. We need all those things. We can freeze to death. We can starve to death. We can thirst to death. All those things. But if we don't have sex, we won't die. So referring to it as a drive, here's the best part. It promotes rape culture because sometimes drive can be used as an excuse to skip consent. You also now are viewing your partner as like a means to satisfy you, to I need this, and you are the person that I need to complete this action, get me off, and then I will be back in a normal state of mind. So my mind was slightly blown. I was like, wow, that's true. So as I was reading through the comments, some people were saying that, like, why does my dog feel the need to hump my pillow all the time then if it's not a drive? And I was like, okay, I could see that because it's just an instinct. Doesn't have to do it to live. But in terms of humans, and I think that that person was stupid to put that, because humans have a conscience and we have brains, and we analyze shit different than dogs, of course, right? So when we start to think of sex as something I need to survive, or something that I need to do because I have this instinct to do it right now and I'm turned on right now, sometimes people, I'm not even gonna say we, because I don't do this. I don't do this. I'm not including it. This is the first time I'll probably say I absolutely do not do this, because we all know who this is directed towards. We all know which group of people this is directed towards, and it's not me. So, yeah, stop referring to it as a sex drive. So when you say that someone has a high sex drive and a low sex drive, I think it's just meaning that, some people like to have sex more than others, but just referring to it as a drive can be used as an excuse to rush through an action, a process to get something from another person and dehumanize that person in the process. Not necessarily like you ain't shit, but like literally you are just an object to get me off. So, yes, those are the things I learned from TikTok. Let me know what you think, and I will be leaving the links in the description so you guys can go look and read through the comments as well. And I will be back with another one. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your time with your family. Bye.